Thanks.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go get me somebody that, yeah. Mr. Justice. What's this? What's that?
Huh?
What's that? What's this?
Oh, just that's his name.
Oh. Okay.
And yeah.
Sunflower?
Yeah.
Oh, that's mad cool. I think that's mad cool. All right, see. Hey, what's up? Ooh, what's up, guys? What's going on? How y'all doing this evening? So, tonight we are in Miss Onyx's room. If any of you do remember Miss Onyx Cooks, which also known as Iola, also known as ID Originals. Awesome artist. Awesome artist. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, Alicia? What's going on? So look, tonight we are here because we are going to be talking about dysfunctional environments.
Mm-hmm.
What makes your environment dysfunctional? So, what brought me to this topic? So I want to say, number one, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for, liking what we've been doing, also participating and giving in your comments and so forth like that. Some of you guys, I haven't seen y'all in person, so I want to let you know I do truly, honestly miss seeing some of you all's faces, or seeing all of you all faces when I don't see you live in person. I miss you guys. That's why I'm on here. So I do go back through. I like y'all posts and, so forth like that. So, but tonight we're going to talk about dysfunctional environments. So with these dysfunctional environment, what brought me to doing this feed tonight was me and Iola, we had this discussion early this evening, and it led us to getting into her room and cleaning her room. And once we kind of went through all the nooks, the crannies, the closets, the beds, the drawers, the dresser, like everything. We just went through everything, right, y'all? So I'm just going to kind of let y'all in on some of what we go through a little bit personally in our life, and how you can't function in a dysfunctional environment. So as I was sitting here kind of preparing, like, hey, what am I going to talk about? And she, we talked about, I want to do something, about the environment, about living in your living environment, your living situation. If it's your bedroom, if it's your living room that you spend most of your time in, if it's the kitchen you spend most of your time in, wherever it is that you spend most of your time in. So as I was sitting here politicking with her, she was giving me some really good points. So I'm like, hey, why don't you get on my live feed tonight? So how is it that being in a dysfunctional environment, how does it affect your day-to-day life? Like, how does it affect your relationships that you have with different people? How does it really affect you? So, did you have anything to say about that?
Well, I know a dysfunctional environment, it can really lead to a lot of negative feelings, because if your room feels cluttered, your energy you feel cluttered. Your mind feels cluttered. You have a lot of things going on, like, man, okay, I gotta leave out for work or school or whatnot, and then I know I'm gonna come home. My room is still gonna be a mess. I'm just gonna have to go into my bed. The bed isn't made up. I just gotta unbundle my sheets and then go to sleep, and then wake up in the morning, do the same thing over and over again, because you can't give yourself time to clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why sometimes you gotta push the clock a little bit and create some time to clean up. Because I know I stayed up until 1 o'clock in the morning working on an essay instead of cleaning up my room, which is perfectly fine, but still, sometimes you gotta put we still working on the essay too. It wasn't even due today. I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. But this is why you gotta inform people about your schedule. But you gotta create time for yourself to clean up your space. If you don't do that, then I know your work will start getting messier. Like if you're an artist or if you work with a company, that'll start getting messier. your personality itself will start to, it's just not going to turn out well. Eventually, the root of it, it's going to be having to clean up your space, your environment.
Okay. So y'all hear that? Y'all heard that from her. She's 13 years old and she's like, hey, look, if my space isn't clean. And I've had times where, like, the last maybe almost 2 months now, I've been like, let's clean up your room, let's organize it, let's get it straight. Because I could see in her day-to-day life, like, things just probably isn't flowing for her as it's supposed to. And when it doesn't flow for her, it definitely doesn't flow for me at all. And so tonight, which we did this, I think, probably like last week or 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I came in and I kind of helped her a little bit to find some organization within her room. But when I came in tonight, I was like, yo, we got to clean all house. So it's hard to function in your environment when your environment is not clean, it's not organized, it's not together. It creates a lot of frustration, extra frustration on top of other frustrations that you may have. It also creates anger. It makes you, like, your temper, you're short-tempered. You're quick to jump on somebody or jump to something or even jump to conclusions. It doesn't serve you. And so you all know that these last couple of videos I've been putting up is to talk about what doesn't serve you in so many different areas of our life that we may not necessarily even pay attention to. So it doesn't serve you to be in such a dysfunctional environment. Or sometimes we're not even aware that we're not in sometimes we're not aware that we're in a dysfunctional environment so far as your living space. So it creates a frustration, it creates anger, it creates you're irritable. Your depression is like heightened. For some reason, all these negative feelings are just like times 10. And you can't really figure out what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Your joy, you lack joy. Go ahead, did you want to say something?
Yeah. I wanted to say that sometimes this dysfunctional space isn't always your room or your household. Your house could be completely clean, right? But when you go to work, your desk may be cluttered. Your desk may not, or maybe your desk isn't cluttered. Your computer, it's filled with open tabs that you just never bother to close. Like, simple things like that can just be like, oh, I gotta navigate through all this, I gotta find this, just don't subject yourself to it.
Wow.
It's not worth wasting your time on when you could just simply click an X button or pick up a t-shirt or take something to the laundromat. It's not worth the frustration it can bring you.
So a joy killer.
Yeah, basically.
You'll kill your joy.
Kill joy.
Also, it can lead to you feeling trapped, feeling just suffocated. I'm thinking that's something that she said a little earlier, is that it makes you feel trapped and it makes you feel suffocated. So what are some of the things that we could possibly do to get out of this trapped feeling, to get out of this suffocated feeling? What are some of the things that you do to get out of your trapped or suffocated way of just...
Well, normally, I'll do a little bit of something to clean up my room. Like, maybe my clothes hamper, it's over, like, it's not overflowing, but stuff is still scattered around on the floor. You probably have this happen before. Just pick up the stuff surrounding it and put it in there. It just makes it a little bit easier to deal with. Or maybe I'll make up my bed, or maybe I'll move some stuff from off my chair and move it into my closet where it's supposed to be, or maybe I'll try to clean off my art desk. Just small things like that I do. And sometimes I start, and most times afterwards, I start drawing. I catch up on homework or not, because I know whenever I'm feeling panicky or whenever I'm feeling really stressed in general, I usually have to talk to someone about normal things in order for me to calm myself down, because it's like, it's a distraction, basically, but a good distraction.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, that's good. That's the way that you deal with your stuff. I know for me in my work environment, I have a habit of, after I finish so many clients, if my space gets really cluttered, I have to clean out my space. I got to kind of just revamp. And I tell my clients, give me a minute. Let me revamp. and then I go ahead and invite them to my chair, and then I can service them with good energy, because we can't work properly in a bad setting. If our setting isn't good, then it's not good. A lot of times I know, with me being a stylist, and I didn't realize this for a long, long time, is that my clients don't come to me for just to get their hair done. They come to me for, I've seen they've told me, Robin, you're such a great inspiration to us, for the way that you operate, the way that you do our hair, the way that you conduct, in business, the way that you communicate, your patience, that you have a lot of patience with us. And I try my best to have I do my best. I don't try anything. I do or I don't do. So I do my best to have as much patience as I possibly can. One thing I have learned is that I've had too much patience, where it can almost not serve me in the best way that it should serve me. So I know tonight, I've been keeping these videos really short, but tonight I want to just go into a little bit of discussion with you all. So let me see. I'm going to try to go back in and see if any of you have any comments. Yes, a bad environment, it creates a whole bad result. Just in your whole life, it will create bad results in everything that you do. You're not able to plan properly. You're not able to set your goals properly. You're not able to do any of those things. So hey, Brian, thank you for that one. Hey, Phyllis. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Hey, Jerome. Hey, Rachel. So I got to give a shout out. Hey, Christy, what's going on, girl? Hey, Alicia. I don't want to miss anybody. Hey, Grace. Hey, Charles. Hey, how y'all doing tonight? So thank you. Thank you all for definitely coming on, listening. Any other comments or questions that you want to ask us, especially ask Iola, the 13-year-old who she sees things from a different view. And sometimes I've had to learn to stop and listen to what she has to say, because when I don't stop and I don't listen, then our conversation is dysfunctional, and we're not serving one another when we are operating in that dysfunctional environment of our conversation. Your conversations sometimes are very dysfunctional. Your conversations are the environment too, that you create with one another. So yeah. What else is there? Look, throw me a question, anything y'all want to know. Throw me a comment, anything that y'all want to hear. Do you have anything else to say before we break out? How you do? She does all this drawing, all this art. How does your art make you feel when you're in a? What does your art do for you? How does it serve you?
Well, I believe since I do get stressed and really I listen to my own thoughts a lot. Okay. A lot of times I get way too deep into my own thoughts, and I get really deep into my own head. Art is my biggest, venting and also outlet for all this stress and all this buildup of, emotions that I can't fully process. I'll put them into my pictures. And sometimes art may not be my best outlet. Maybe it's singing, because sometimes when I'm drawing, I'm just like, I don't like the way this looks, and it makes me more frustrated that I can't put what I want to put down on the paper. I have all these ideas, and I can't put them anywhere because I don't have the skill quite yet. So then I'll go ahead and I'll just stop drawing. I'll go to singing or playing the piano, something that, it's one of those things where you can't have a bad piano day. You can have a bad singing day, you can have a bad drawing day, but you can't have a bad piano day. It just doesn't work like that.
Oh God, I never thought about that like that. I really did. You can never have a bad piano day. How about it? Like, look, all of us go out and let's go get a piano. Let's go get a keyboard or something. Since she said you can never have a bad piano day. So, yeah, I think that's awesome. Hey, FOD, how are you, girl? How y'all doing? Let's see. Jerome, what's up? So yeah, we just having some night talk. She wanted to finish up her art. I invited her on our Facebook Live tonight before she go to bed. So I definitely want to say thank you, Onyx, Iola, aka ID Originals, for coming on tonight, blessing us with your presence. She has a lot of good stuff to say. So yeah, I'm gonna say this: be patient with yourself, be patient with one another. Find an environment, take your time, clean your environment so that you don't have a dysfunctional environment. Understanding that you can clear your thoughts in your head. Take the time out to meditate. Take the time out to write down your thoughts, write down your plan, your goals, your list, whatever it is. Write it out, get it out of your head. Like she said, sometimes when I just can't get it together, I have to go to another space, somewhere else to create, somewhere else to let it all out. And sometimes it's in the music, it's in her playing the piano, it's in her learning her ukulele if she can't put it down on paper. So,
and speaking of going into a different space, sometimes, like, I just cleaned up my room. It still frustrates me to look at it.
Oh, wow. We worked hard.
No, we worked hard. And it still frustrates me to look at it. And it's weird. But then I realized I need to go to a different space altogether. Maybe I need to go to the salon. Maybe I need to go downstairs. Maybe just somewhere else. Because sometimes if you spend too long in one room, you need to let the energy clear out before you can come back in with new energy. Or else this old energy is going to take away that new energy, and you don't need that.
So you think we need to burn some sage and open the window? I think we need to burn some sage, y'all. Look, I'm going to go get us some sage. We're going to burn some sage since we did clean our room. But once that laundry gets done, tomorrow, that would be good.
Yeah.
And work on decluttering more of your dresser. Yeah, she got a lot of little knickknacks on the dresser. I'll be like, oh gosh.
You can't get rid of those.
I get it, but you gotta. It will help you so much. I'm working with her little by, but that's another thing, y'all. When we are working, we are coaching people through their process. We have to meet them where they are, and we have to take the time and help them to see things that either don't serve them anymore. And sometimes it's the fact that you have certain memories of things that used to serve you, but now they just take up space. Old pots, old pans, old spoons, old clothes, old shoes, old games, videos, sometimes old pictures and picture frames or picture books that, you could take some of your pictures that are on your walls and put some new pictures inside the wall. Like, put some new pictures in them frames. Something else. Yeah. Like, do something else.
And speaking of taking time out, you can't, okay, I get it. Maybe your space is at a state where it only takes 5 minutes to clean it out. But sometimes it takes longer than you'd expect. So you have to be patient with yourself. Okay? It's easy to just clear off a space, right? But sometimes you gotta go downstairs, get some supplies together, and start wiping your space down. Wipe it down, clean it off, spray it, wipe it down again, dry it off, make sure it's dry. Put all of your good stuff on there, and if you don't need it, just get rid of it. Cause like I had to do that with a lot of my clothes, and that was hard to do because I hold a lot of sentimental value to things that don't. I'm not gonna say deserve it, but don't deserve it. And I need to learn to get rid of it because it doesn't serve me. But I feel like I should hold on to it because I feel a personal attachment to it, or I feel bad for getting rid of it. But I realize there's no reason to because it's not serving me.
Hold on. You just said something so powerful. You said, you said holding on to things, not just holding on to things that don't serve you, but
don't deserve it?
Don't deserve it. Brian, I got you. Okay, so don't deserve it. Hold that. Brian says, tell her to explain to us the power of energy. What is your definition of the power of energy?
Okay, so the power of energy in itself, a negative energy can make you feel an array of different emotions. For me, most times it's either frustration or sadness. And most times it is a combination of the two. And that is a terrible thing to have, especially when you want to work and you want to get stuff done. That's why my grades were starting to drop significantly, because I was just upset and frustrated with myself and I didn't know where to start to clear it out. And negative energy can really do that to you. There could be excited energy, like when something really cool happens, the entire room just seems to be a little bit brighter. Everything seems to be just better, right? Mm-hmm. When it's a humorous energy, like somebody tells a joke and you didn't even hear it, but a bunch of people start laughing, you're going to join in laughing because they're laughing. It's just the energy that the room fills up with.
So let me ask you this question. Okay. So also, like, you talked about the energy in your room, even though you cleaned it up, right? But you still say the energy is not as cleansed, I guess cleansed as you would probably like it.
Yeah.
Right? So what is that? Like, is it like, does it still feel foggy for you? Does it, like, what is it? So sometimes you could take a room and clean it, but still you could feel there's not a right something in it.
Yeah, like,
can you explain that more?
It feels like I didn't do anything. And knowing that I spent a lot of time doing it, it frustrates me that, hey, I feel like I haven't made a dent when I spent 2 hours hammering away at this. How come I don't feel like accomplished? I didn't feel accomplished with it. I got rid of like two big trash bags worth of clothes, right? Another trash bag worth of like trash that was just scattered around my room. And I went ahead, I got rid of that, and yet I still felt like, what? I didn't clean it. And you know what? You know what I'm realizing? When you get accustomed to clutter, eventually you become blind to it, right? So you see the floor as it's clean enough when it's covered in clothes. And then when you get rid of those clothes, yeah, you can see the floor again, but it's just like, it's been like that the entire time. It's like having a messy room and then knowing exactly where everything is at. It's a state of organization that isn't correct. And I just didn't feel accomplished when I came back into the room because the energy of a messy room hadn't cleared out yet. I was still working, and it just didn't feel like I had gotten anything done, so I decided to sit down and start drawing so that maybe I could let the energy clear out while I just sat down for a while.
So you think that probably after, like, when you wake up tomorrow morning and do whatever you do for your day, and then maybe come back home, and you'll be thinking, like, you will have forgotten that you even really cleaned up. Yeah. But then when you come in, you're like, wow.
Because once you forget that you cleaned up, it feels so much better. It's like having room service.
Yeah, we know what that feels like, guys, right? Look, you leave your hotel room and the bed was a mess and you rushed out, and then you go and do whatever you're going to do for your day, and then you come back and you're like, oh, my bed is made. This feels so good. So yeah, definitely got that. Let's see. Thank you. Brian said that you are outstanding.
Thank you.
Oh, she said, in tears listening to this. Young lady, you don't even understand. This just related to something. Oh, we're so glad that we're on. I think that's Cynthia, right? I'm so glad that I actually decided to do this tonight, because I almost was going to be like, it's late. I really don't know what to talk about, but you know, I'm so glad that I was able to do this. See, Iola, you impacted somebody tonight. Thank you guys. Thank you. I'm like so grateful for you all right now. Like, okay, so Iola, Brian wants to know, how can you create is there a way, are there any steps that you can give somebody to help them to create what they want? Like if it's like, I don't know, like a some type of step by step of creating what you want.
So
what is it that, so you want to come in a clear, go ahead, let me start with that.
What were we saying? What were we saying?
Okay, you want to come back into your energy to be clear. Yeah, so are there any steps?
What do you do to do? Okay. To get your energy clear, honestly, it's one of those things where you need to find out your own method. But I would suggest maybe leaving out the house for a bit, going on a walk, going to do something different. Because I know, like, on those days where it's, like, chilly but not, and you can go out without a jacket, those are and it's kind of windy out. It's, like, warm but windy. Mm-hmm. Those are the perfect days to go out for a walk. I could walk in that weather for hours, and that is exactly what I did. And it helped me to just clear my mind. Mm-hmm. And it helped me to clear the energy that I was releasing. And most times, since I'm an only child and I'm normally alone, I end up talking to myself a lot. Now, you might sound a little bit crazy to other people, especially your father, when you're talking to yourself. But
you're releasing it.
Yeah, but it helps to release any negative energy or any energy that may either not be serving you or energy that you need to elaborate on, like a tangle of wires, like headphones. The part that you plug into the phone and both earphones, you gotta untangle that
in order to use them properly.
In order to use them properly. So in order to use your energy properly, in order to use your emotions properly, you have to sort them out first. And that's the first step. So you have to sort out your energy. You can't do anything with the tangled pair of headphones. Trust me. And if you try to, it's going to be uncomfortable. Just don't.
Yeah. Okay.
And once you sort out your energy, then you have to separate it. Separate the good energy from the bad energy. Even the energy like, man, this happened at work today and I'm so mad about it. And you're just like, you just want to rant. You just want to go on and on and on about it. And sometimes that's what you have to do to release it.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How about it being, is it possible, say like if you do have a set of negative energies that are there, but they're still kind of separate on different levels. So one may not be as harsh as the other. Is there, like, could you say, it'd be safe to say, like, you can separate the different degrees of negative energy?
You know what? You can separate it. I'm going to say you can separate the different degrees of negative energy, because some of the negative energy, either it's just negative and you have to let it go, or you're taking it the wrong way. And you need to learn to take it the right way to have it either benefit you or become positive energy. If it's just not worth trying to turn around, then you just have to let go of it. It's like with a bunch of like crafting supplies or whatnot, or like a say you have a smartphone, the screen cracked. Okay, maybe you can go into the shop and get it fixed. All right, but now you drop it again. The screen is cracked beyond repair. The battery stopped working, whatnot. You just gotta let go of it. You can't keep holding on to it and trying to fix you can't fix something that's just beyond repair. And sometimes that has to do with stuff. Sometimes that has to do with people in general, and it's sad to think about, but sometimes people that you don't know how to fix, you have to like go on to the next person. Because maybe they know how to fix them and it's not benefiting either of you by holding on to them, because you're like, I can do this, I can fix you. No.
Then they both become broken.
Exactly. Both people become broken trying to fix each other. Just don't. But I was saying to like sort out your energies. Keep the positive ones. Either change or get rid of the negative ones. That was basically what I was trying to say. And yeah, for like energy, you just gotta. It's a process that you have to figure out within yourself. For the most part of it, but if those are the basic steps of it.
Mm-hmm.
if you're looking for a guideline of what to do, that's all I can honestly give you, because it's more of it's a spiritual thing that you have to figure out within you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't do that, you could always talk to a friend or talk to a family member, somebody like that. Because I know I talk to my mom a lot about things that are bothering me, and sometimes she's not the right person to talk to. I'm gonna admit, sometimes she's not the right person to talk to. So I might have to talk to my dad, or I might have to talk to my uncle or my grandmother, whoever that I feel like this person is gonna help me.
Okay, so Brian says, do you think, let's see, he says, would it be fair to say that any degree of negative energy can hurt all degrees of positive energy?
Most definitely. It can depend on what level it's hurting that energy. Like a death in a family could completely devastate all positive energy and send you into a state of depression, which is completely normal. It happens to everybody. But eventually you have to learn to pick yourself up. Because if you leave yourself on the ground, you'll start to rot. And you have to pick yourself up.
Okay, so look, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I was talking to a client the other day, and we were talking about having a death in the family. And I was telling her one of the things that I did to definitely help to cope with what I was going through with my death in the family was that because I knew what it felt like to feel good, that only thing I wanted to do was to feel good almost immediately.
And you can't do that.
Okay. So look, oh, this is a good one, because I learned how to. No. Let me stop. No, seriously. I've learned how to. And whether if it's fake it in order to make it, or whatever, fake it till you make it type of thing that I did, but it worked for me. And so what I did is that I went not immediately, but I went into gratitude as soon as I was like, I don't want to feel this way. Like, I got angry to feel this way. And I was like, I don't want to feel this way. What do I do? And the first thing that popped in my mind is gratitude. And I just started, like, out loud saying why I was grateful for that person. You know, like, I'm grateful for this person to have been my dad, for him to have lived the life that he lived, for him to have taught me the things that he taught me, for him to have listened to the times that he did listen to me, you know, for him to have take the time out to do whatever he could to turn his life around. Like, I went into a lot of gratitude, and I poured a lot of gratitude into myself. So I would say to that, I mean, definitely what she says is right. Life experiences definitely gives us some more insight. So the one thing that I can say, even when you are dealing with some form of negative energies, what's already within you, you can pull it out of you to help get over those negative things. So biblically, it says, raise a child in the way that he or she should walk. And even if he do turn aside, he should come back, right? So if you're raised in a way, and this is why our children, it is so important for us parents to raise our children in an upright way, to raise them with positive thoughts and, you know, good things on their mind, and feed them spiritually, and feed them with positive thoughts and positive things and good affirmations, and help them to understand what all that means and what it all entails, so that when life hits them later on in life, we just were talking about this earlier this evening, when life hits her later on in life, when she's depressed and sad and can't get up, she's going to know how to still clean the dishes when she's feeling depressed. Because when she cleans the dishes and she has to go to work and she comes back, her sink is clean, and then she just doesn't feel as depressed as she could have still been feeling if she came home to dirty dishes, because she cleaned them early in the morning, or cleaned them the night before she went to bed. Same thing, if you make up your bed the first thing in the morning, when you get up, you make up that bed, so that when you come home, even if the rest of your room may be kind of a mess, if you have a well-made bed, you don't feel as bad. And then you just move on to smaller things like that. So these things right here, me teaching her different steps of making up your bed, doing your laundry on a regular basis, cleaning your room, sweeping the floor, sorting your clothes, making sure that you have clothes that make you feel good. I was like, look, get rid of everything in your closet that does not make you feel good. If you pick it up and it doesn't make you feel good, get rid of it, because it's clutter, and it keeps clutter in here. And like she said, you're sitting there giving energy to things, or giving things that don't deserve it. You're giving all that to things that don't even deserve it. Like, that is so, oh my gosh, that right there just really opened me up. But so yeah, if we say,
well, it was gonna be a kind of long thing, but
go ahead. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
But I was saying, along with a death in the family, like when my grandmother passed away, maybe when I was like, I want to say 6 or 7ish. I don't know. Despite,
I got you, Cynthia. Go ahead.
Despite me being a kid, and I just want to get rid of that complete myth that kids cannot feel any type of depression, because that is so far from the truth that you don't even know, and it makes it worse when people blow it off by saying that kids can't get that way, because we definitely can. I have really felt it. And when I was little and my grandmother passed away, that was honestly a really hard time for me, whether people really understood it or not. And I know it might have had something to do with me getting in trouble a lot too, or in the salon getting in, whatever little trouble I did get into. I would just go to sleep I would come into the salon, I would go into the back and just go to sleep. Cause like nobody could pin anything on me, and I didn't have to think about anything. Like when you're asleep, you're not really thinking about much stuff. You don't have a lot on your mind. Mm-hmm. So you just go to sleep because you don't want to deal with life at the moment. You just don't, like, it's not like a suicide type thing, but you just don't want to be conscious for the time being.
Yes, it almost sounds like almost emotional, like you're killing your emotions for the moment.
Yeah, that's how it honestly does feel. And eventually when I got maybe into 3rd or 4th grade, around that time when I met new friends and whatnot, friends that really uplifted me and friends that I'm still friends with today, really, really, friends that I hold really close to my heart, drawings that they give me, I still have them, things like that. Good friends, when I made good friends like that, they taught me how to pick myself back up through art and through singing. They taught me how to do it when I had no idea how to do it for myself. And you need friends like that. You have to get rid of all the toxic friends that don't teach you or don't help you to pick yourself back up when you need it at your most. Mm-hmm. You need to get rid of people who don't do that for you. Because you need those people in your life.
Right. Okay, Cynthia says, what about bad habits? How do you control that? Bad habits. Can I?
Go ahead.
Okay. So
I'll go after you, though.
I gotta ask the boss, right? So bad habits, yes, you can. You can control bad habits. How you control bad habits is one piece at a time. It's like, how do you eat an elephant? One piece at a time. So for me, one of my bad habits is, I'm a big food person. So, and a lot of people is food related, and I relate a lot of things to food. I feel like if you can't control what you put in your mouth, you really can't control anything else about your life, because food and the things that are in our foods, the chemicals that are in our foods, the chemicals that are in our foods will alter what you do. And so, yeah, having those bad habits is you just take, when you notice it happening and you know that there's something that you can do to replace it. So say like I have a bad habit of, eating potato chips, right? And potato chips, we know, having the information of knowing like, okay, potato chips are carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is sugar, but I want the crunch and the salt all together. Even though I can't taste the sugar in the potato chip, your body is identifying that's what it is. So it's like, okay, well, what do I do to get the crunch, the sweetness, and the salt all together? Apples. That's one thing. Apples serve you. They give you nutrition. And peanut butter. Peanut butter gives you nutrition. It gives you that little bit of salt that you're looking for. You get the carbohydrates in your apples. So if you have other things in your life that, other bad habits, maybe like getting out early in the morning. Cynthia, I want you to give me something that you have a bad habit that you want to work on.
Mm-hmm.
So getting up early in the morning and you're like, well, I know this has been a bad habit of mine. I have 2 minutes left before I have to really leave out the door. And I'm like, okay, well, I can sweep this floor, or I can wash these dishes, or I can throw this in the laundry real quick, or I can do this, and I can do all these things before I walk out the door. Next thing I know, I was 2 minutes early leaving out the door. Now I'm 6 minutes late. It's something that would kind of serve me, but it ultimately doesn't serve me, because now I'm 6 minutes late leaving out the door and I'm 4 minutes late for work. That doesn't necessarily serve me at all.
I'm gonna hold that against you.
Can turn that can turn to be that it's a bad habit. Let's see, what things do we have that are bad habits? Going to bed late, watching too much TV is a very bad habit for a lot of people. You sat up, you really want to watch that last little bit of that show, or you need to watch the next show that came on after your last show, and you like, I should have went to bed, early. I should have went to bed early. I shouldn't have watched that extra, that TV show last night. I should not have, I shouldn't have ate the bowl of ice cream before I went to bed. Maybe people who shop, maybe you shop a lot. You go out and you're buying a lot of clothes, a lot of knickknacks. Some people like to collect coffee mugs or tea mugs, and they have way too many of them. Some people have a bad habit of, they got to have every sneaker that there is that's out. And you don't need to have it. But it's taking it one step at a time and tackling one habit at a time. And when you see that you are in the midst of doing the habit that does not serve you, stop. I'm going to tell you, it is okay to stop. It is totally okay to stop. I've gone in grocery stores because I have a sweet tooth, y'all. I will go and eat a whole sheet cake. I sure enough will. I have had a habit going to go buy a whole sheet cake to eat for myself, okay? I will get to the counter. I will put the cake to the side and tell the lady, nope, I'm sorry, I picked that up by a mistake. Well, no mistake. I picked it up by a mistake. And I go on with my groceries. Going out the door. Some days I'm like, darn, I should have. No, it's good, because now you're serving yourself, Robin. That's what you're doing. You're serving yourself. And this is going to make you a better person. So when time goes on, I'm able to, I get stronger in things that do serve me.
Can I answer hers?
Go ahead.
When you're done though.
Okay, yeah. So I get stronger in things that do serve me. That craving, that craving of having the cake, the craving of going out, buying the shoes, or buying whatever it is that we buy too much of, indulging in too much TV, too much Facebook time, just scrolling. I sat there and I'm like, hold on, I don't do this type stuff. Scrolling, looking at stuff. Let me stop. And I get off. Sometimes this is probably one of my good and bad habits, is that I do put my phone down. I put my phone face down so I don't even see notifications that come up. I don't sleep next to my phone. My phone is away from me. But I do get up early in the morning so I can check, see whatever's going on and whatever. So yeah, just taking it one step at a time with those habits that necessarily do not serve you, and replacing them with things that serve you. So one of the things that makes it really bad when you do have bad habits is when you don't replace them with something that will definitely outserve the bad habit. It has to outserve the bad habit, where you take it in your mind and you're no longer missing what did not serve you because you have outserved yourself with the things that do serve you. So you want to, what did she say?
I was going to answer hers about self-discipline.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I also personally struggle with not having enough self-discipline. Like, for example, I want to, even though I'm a kid, I still have these thoughts. I feel like I should lose a little bit more weight, and yet I keep eating cookies. I feel like I should develop some more muscle, even though I'm pretty okay. I feel like I should develop more muscle, but then I never take out the time to go out for a walk or go out on my bike or whatnot. Just go do something active. And I just can't find the discipline within myself to do it. And I feel like the best way to get some self-discipline, baby steps. Please, baby steps. Because you see professional trainers and whatnot online, just take out 60... No, you can't do that yet, okay? Take out 60 seconds every day, because guess what? You're going to be like, okay, I'll do this in the morning. Oh, well, I mean, I woke up late, so now I got to go rush off to work. And now I'm at work. I come home and I'm tired. I go to bed. Sometimes it's hard to find that time. And I find time, or I remind myself, you have to remind yourself to do it.
I'm going to use that against you. Go ahead.
You have to remind yourself to do it. You have to maybe set an alarm on your phone. And if you don't feel like doing it right now, hit the snooze button. Don't hit the off button. Hit the snooze button. Because it's going to keep reminding you until you do it. Okay?
Make it remind you.
Make it remind you. Okay?
Make it remind you.
Like, maybe just have a little remind. Do 15 crunches. It might seem a bit odd at first, but if you want it and you're reminded to do it, then you gotta take some type of initiative. Because many people that I know, they say they want to do something and they just don't do anything. And I'm like, well, you say you want this, but you're not acting on it. You can't say stuff and then not act on it. Yeah, they have all these theories about, putting what you want into the universe. But if you don't do anything to get that from the universe, it's not going to come to you. You have to go out and get it yourself.
Okay. So she talked about creating, like, her not doing one thing and then like working out or taking the time out to meditate. So I do meditate, and sometimes I will get, like she said, you get tired at night, you don't meditate. You wake up in the morning, you don't meditate because you woke up late or you get distracted, whatever the case may be. Sometimes what I'll do, so meditation, I'm going to tell you guys, meditation exercise is so freaking easy. My mom would say it's easy when you know how. And because you know how, it's easy when you're taught how. Tonight, that was one of the things that me and her we were supposed to do. We might still do it since I got her one, like, feeling really good tonight.
What are we doing?
So, but meditation is one of the things that is really easy to do. You could do it any place, anytime, anywhere. Even if you're in your car. Say you're in your car, you just parked to go to work. Let me take 1 minute, breathe. I don't know how advanced you are into your meditations or not. Some people are not that advanced in meditation. So for some of you all who may be new to meditation, is that take the time out. You parked your car, and you don't necessarily have to close your eyes, but you can maybe lightly close your eyes. Just a small little batting, of your eyes, like partly, just a little bit closed if you're not trustworthy, you don't really trust your environment. But if you're good in your environment, close your eyes for 30 seconds and just say thank you and say like 5 or 6 things that you're grateful for, and take a deep breath in that, and then that's it. So even if your meditations are for 30 seconds, it is worth the 30 seconds than not doing it at all. And believe me, guys, 30 seconds will come like this and be gone. That's how fast. It's so fast. Sometimes in the morning when I'm taking her to school, we will go through an IMs. So I'll start out, I am great.
Oh, I am. Oh, jeez.
The first thing.
I am amazing.
I'm amazing. So we'll start out with IMs. And it'll be like we're just at the stop sign to the next block. However many IMs we got, that is our moment right there in just feeding, ourselves. Exercise. You say you want to go work out. You can work out at home. Some people do like to work out in the gym. Some of us want to do this big, extraneous, workout. Like, I got to go work out. Working out is something just as simple as taking the time out, getting up from your desk, taking a 2-minute stretch every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes. That also is considered a workout. You just got to get your body used to moving in different ways. If you have stairs at your job, take the steps. Take the time out to do small little things. And some of these things may not really feel like you're exercising, but that's what gives the body the result that you want. Because sometimes when we're exercising or we're working out, we do the same thing all the time. So your body gets used to the same thing all the time, and then you don't see the results.
And you can't do that.
Yeah, I'm exercising, I don't see the results. And then when you don't see the results, you don't want to do it. You're discouraged. So you have to change it up. Sometimes I go to the gym, I don't exercise. I go sit in the sauna. Then there's a time I go to the gym, I only work on legs. I only will do a calf exercise, like only for my calves. 3 little exercises, and then I go sit in the sauna because I don't like to be around a whole lot of people. So I'll go really late at night. I'm like one of them weird people, go really late at night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I go exercise, all that stuff. I be like, this gym is mine right now. Ain't nobody in here but me. So I love that time. But small little things, even if it's like push-ups, I'll like, okay, well, I'm trying to get back into my push-ups. I'll do 5 push-ups. I'll be in the middle of the day at lunchtime. I'm going to tell y'all, I will stand right here and I will do 5, 10 push-ups, whatever. I will do it. If I get a break, a moment to myself, I know I had a client of mine and she'll be on the phone while I'm finishing up with another client. And she's literally doing like Stairmaster techniques on the sidewalk. So she'll be up and down on the sidewalk, working on her legs, working on her butt, like working on her. That's her exercise. And I'll let her know in 2 minutes, hey, come on in, I'm ready for you. But it was only 2 minutes, but that was her exercise. So she takes the time, any little bit of time that she gets to exercise, she takes that time, period. I've helped clients of mine, and I'm just a hairstylist, y'all, but I will do wall push-ups. No, I don't want to get on the floor. I don't want to do push-ups. I don't want to get on the floor. I don't want to do my, my planks and things like that. But I'll lean up against the wall. I lean up against the wall in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom. And I'll lean up against the wall just because I need to get away from everything that's going on around me. I'll lean up against the wall and I'll do like 10 push-ups off of the wall. I'm standing up. And my body, I'm like, my arms up here, my feet are down here, and I'm like this. And I will go ahead and do slight push-ups on the wall, maybe 20 of them, just to kind of get me moving, do something different. And once you get your body moving, when you start to find the time everywhere you go, you'll find that you always have time to do anything that it is that you want to do.
Mm-hmm. And I was going to say this, actually. One thing about it is that you can lose a lot of your self-discipline or self-discipline through losing your self-worth. You could create a lot of self-doubt when you don't have self-discipline.
I didn't expect that.
And the last thing you want to do to create self-discipline is to be like, oh, I wonder what this person would think of me right now. And I found myself doing that so many times throughout the day. Like, I can't find anything, I can't think of any drawing ideas, or I have a good idea, but then I can't put it down the paper. I'm just like, what would my dad think of me right now? Like, oh my god, he'd be like, oh my god, Iola, just draw something, because my dad, personally, he wants me to prosper in the future, and that's a good thing. But the last thing you want to think is, what would this person think of me? Because that doesn't help you. That definitely makes it worse. It discourages you. You're just like, oh, this person, they would never. Why? Well, they probably won't even care. And then it gets you into a state of mind where it starts chipping away at your self-worth, and your self-worth starts chipping away at your self-discipline. And that can lead to self-doubt, and that can lead to a deep hatred of yourself.
Sabotaging.
Yeah, it sabotages yourself. So that is one of the things that you never want to do. Never be like, I wonder what this person would think of me if they saw me, maybe curled up in the corner of the room crying like this. Or I wonder what this person would think of me, laying in my own bed, just staring up at the ceiling, trying to go to sleep, and I promised them that I would get enough sleep tonight. You gotta get those thoughts out of your head and be like, what would I think of myself in the future? I need to do this for a future version of me. I need to go get this education so I can get a good job. You in charger?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's going to fit. Go ahead, you can bring it and see if it'll go through.
I think it will.
But, yeah, my battery is like 10% battery, guys. So I don't know. We might have to go ahead and let y'all go, and if the charger is too short. But if that may be the case, let's see.
See it?
Yes.
See the charger anymore?
Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to charge my phone.
Oh, right here.
Cynthia says, yes, I want to thank you both again. I don't want to get off, but headed to bed. Yes, I feel you, girl. She need to go to bed too, because it's late. It's not like we living in like somewhere where we like 6 hours earlier. We probably in close to the same time zone for real. So she need to go to bed too, but she's so hyped because she got this awesome drawing right here. Y'all want to see her drawing? Put a thumbs up if you want to see her drawing. There we go. Okay, here we go.
All right, you can do it.
I can do it.
Go
Okay.
ahead. I don't care. It was something I was working on for a bit. Nothing really.
Yes, this is her artwork. Look, I want her to sell this one. She be selling her stuff, y'all. It was so dope. Oh my gosh. She did she participated in someone's at a hair show, at a hair symposium. She vended her art and she sold out, guys. She sold out of her work. Awesome. So yeah, little entrepreneur here. But yes, Cynthia. So we're going to say goodnight too. So we're going to say goodnight to all of you all. Thank you all for watching. I just really wanted to connect with you all. Thank you all for keeping up with our posts and my posts that I've been doing, my little 6 minute or less post. Of course, this is a 6 minute or less post, but I needed to connect with you all to see how you all were feeling and so forth like that. Thank you all for staying on. Thank you, Cynthia, for your feedback. Thank you, Bryant, for your feedback and your questions. That definitely helped us tonight, gave us some energy, gave us some fire. And I hope I, spark some things within you all to help you all to think how you can, get out of your own way, how to create more discipline for yourself, how to get back into your exercise and just taking it small little steps at a time. Don't judge yourself. Don't don't bite off more than what you can chew. Take it little by little. If it's 1 push-up in the morning, 2 push-ups the next morning, 3 push-up the third day, work it in a little bit every day. Take that 1 minute, take that 30 seconds and go ahead and take the time out and meditate when you're in the car as soon as you get to work, or when you're waiting for the car to warm up in the morning. Take that moment right there where you're sitting at the window and just, give some gratitudes, to God, give some gratitudes to the universe, whoever, however you believe. Give it, let it go. Write out your plans, write out your worries, write out your thoughts, write it all out, let it go, get it out of here, and let it all go. So we just want to say thank you all, and good night.
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
Thank you. Ooh, I'm tired.
So she's tired too.
Yeah.
So good night, y'all. Sleep well, sleep well. And we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be back again for our 6 minutes or less video. Thank you.
Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.